I'd like to start out with a heartfelt and honest, earnest apology to the greatest team in the fucking world for ever doubting yous. Come on, boys, get around it. 5-0. 5-0 at the fucking category. That's how we like it. Well, not 5-0. We've been beat there before. 5 in a row. That's basically the same shit. We're just too good. We're just too fucking good. Turns out our team does remember how to play a good bit of footy, you know. Our brand is still viable. There's things that we can do to, I don't fucking know, get this shit back on track, because it was looking pretty ugly there for a while, but I don't know, pretty wrapped with the results of the round. What a close round of footy it was. I think on the last day it was like a 10-point total difference between all of the scores, or a 10-point average across the round or something. I don't know. Lots of tight games, lots of great games. Let's fucking get into them, brother. Freo versus Collingwood. The Pies managed to get it done with a severely undermanned side. Really just goes to fucking show how legit the Pies are. They rest 4 of their crucial players. Dacos is sore as shit and spends the whole game up in the goal square, and they still manage to get it done, you know? So it's good, perfect for them at this time of the year to be able to rest players like that, get a win, like bank sort of building up, and like manage to get the wins in the games when they're missing a few, you know? That's all positive signs at the Pies and all negative signs at Freo. It would suck to be a fucking Freo fan. They're probably going to be cramming around that bottom 6 to 8 area, and that just is not what anyone expected, not what anyone saw coming. You know, there's still heaps of time in the season, who knows, but it's not looking the best at the minute, the very second. Carlton versus the Saints, 2 right in a row. Can we check in on that Oracle? Oh, he's growing a little bit. You know what? I'm happy. I'm an ecologist after all, a deep ecologist. Deep ecology, the best philosophy. Anyway, yeah, got Carlton right. I feel like it did kind of break down to the components that I saw making a difference in the prediction. Their midfield was just able to get a bit more fucking brunt force around it. Their stoppage game was pretty good. Harry and fucking Charlie were both firing, and that is basically fucking Carlton's game plan. So again, this is like a weird one where I think these two teams, you know, I think how close the game was reflects like quality of where they're at. I think they're around the same sort of tier. Position on the ladder right now reflects how they've been playing. And you know, it was an alright game. Good for that Spuds game fucking thing, whatever, but yeah, wasn't a cracker, wasn't a blinder, but you know, go to Blues, I guess. Fuck yeah, back in the winning column. Next we have the Saturday fucking clash between the D's and the Hawks. Now, I thought that the Hawks were going to absolutely blow this one away. I really did see the victory coming a lot easier than it did. You know, it was up until the third quarter till Hawthorn was able to sort of break away from it and start playing a bit of that exciting footy. I think Sam Mitchell really wanted them up and amped, so they got there in the end, and they managed to have the best result out of any team in this round, which, considering some of the other matchups, is impressive and is an interesting point, and it's a good effort from the Hawks. The Hawks are playing some fine footy, with maybe not at the heights of last year yet, but yeah, you know, beat up on a pretty in the shambles area Melbourne right now. It's the perfect time to do it, the perfect way to do it. I'm sure they'd be happy with that game. Now, fuck you, flower cunt. This made us look really bad when Essendon managed to put the Swans to bed pretty easily. Scoreboard doesn't reflect how shit the Swans were. They managed to claw back a little bit in the last, but nah, this was rat shit. This was horrible. I could not believe the amount of 50-metre penalties given away by Sydney. Now, some of them were there, some of them, but either way, just it made me feel like shit. I was so worried that we were going to go and get pumped by Geelong. Didn't happen. But then it looks like garbage that we get beaten by Sydney in the clash, and then they go and lose to fucking Essendon. Guess it just turns out they're the jokers. They got it up on us last week, you know, and that is something. But you know, it was a shitty game, really fucking sloppy, boring footy, honestly. Well, not boring, but classic Essendon woeful dog shit to watch, and then managed to scrape out the win in the end. See, I'm sure they'd be happy, but as happy as you can be when your club's in the position that it is in, and that's not talking shit necessarily. I'm just like injury list and everything, it wouldn't be the best time to be a fucking Essendon supporter. Anyway, the Suns and the Western Bulldogs. Now, I did also get this one wrong. Sorry, brother. I should have thought about it. The weather, I called it, was going to make the difference. Just the Dogs came back pretty hard in the end, but they did look the more tired team over the stretch. I'm pretty sure that makes Gold Coast like undefeated at the ground that they've got the deal for there. Could be a little bit of a fortress. Could be a fucking hard case to crack. You know, it's hot, it's humid up there, so they play those conditions better than anyone else. They've really locked themselves in for a good little spot there. And I think their game this week's actually there as well. So who knows how that's gonna go. I'll get my thoughts on that later, but nothing away from the Dogs. This was a very fucking valiant loss. They managed to fight back in the end. Good win for the Suns as well. You know, the Dogs are a real contender this year. Top 4 guaranteed. So yeah, it's a good performance from both teams. I'm sure they both be happy. I'm sure the Dogs are disappointed they couldn't get it done, like couldn't sort of fight their way back, scrap their way through to the victory, but their performance was still great. So I saw Marcus Bontempelli in person as well. I'm like a fucking field observer, some kind in a safari zoo or some shit, spotting these famous lads 2 weeks in a row. Then we had the fucking showdown, one of the best ones recently. I think this was a really ripping game. Port managed to fucking arm wrestle their way back. Fucking Horne-Francis was crazy in that last quarter. He was pretty great throughout the game. A lot of different boys stood up in different positions at different times, and it was just a fun watch, the arm wrestle between what momentum was pushing the game in what direction. And I think Isaac Rankin is just fucking showing how valuable he is, showing how a cut above the rest he is at that team, at least, you know, and across the league. He is a talent to be fucking scared of if you're an opposition player. And you know, it's good for Adelaide, I think. I really saw them doing big things at the start of the year, and they found a bit of like mid-boring, sloppy form in the middle section there for a little while from the start of the year to now, but they seem to have been pulling themselves out of that. This game was a great fucking showcase of skills from both teams, to be honest. It was a good show out. These games are always going to be classics. The clashes in general are just high energy, like amped up games, and these teams managed to pull it out fucking better than anyone else. So ripping game, go to Crows. Now another game that I thought would be a bit of a blowout but didn't actually turn out that way. Still managed to get the right tip. Fucking Richmond getting the wind over the wind. Richmond taking a fart right on the fucking heads of the West Coast Eagles. Ali Reid played a pretty great game, and you know, fucking if it wasn't for the rundown tackle effort in the last 20 seconds of the match, this goes the other way. That would have been an easy open shot into goal, regardless if it went to goal or not. Silly mistake from the young fella taking a bounce. I don't know the Eagle player's name, but Tom Brown tackled him down, ran him down in one of the best rundowns. Looks so perfect. They're saying, oh, the fucking rundown tackle's dead because of Paul Curtis. No, it's not. Look at this. Now this is like the model of like what should be done. It's impossible to expect that of players every tackle, every rundown. I don't like that. It's necessarily the narrative coming out of that, but you know, you got to give fucking credit where credit's due. This is a perfect tackle in the perfect moment for a young player to do. You know, he said something after the game like he didn't want to get shredded by Dimmer in the fucking review because he fucked up the contest right before it, so he just had to go do it. I don't know. No, it wouldn't be Dimmer. The fucking, what am I saying? Yeah, look, it's, you know, it's a good culture they're breeding down at Richmond. I think it's they know how to win games. At least they've won 3. 2 of those wins being Carlton and fucking Gold Coast. That's pretty. You know, it's good for them. It's really good for them. It's going to start a winning culture. Give it 2 years, they'll be fucking a dangerous side, man. They already are. They're already taking some scalps. Eagles, maybe not the biggest scalp in the world. Wooden spooners, it's looking like this year, but North could change that. Or will they? Who knows? Oh, fucking, we're getting there. But before we get to it, the fucking game of the round. Come on, Giants defeating the fucking Geelong Cats by 4 points at the GMHBA Oval. Bah! We just did it. We just managed to fucking do it. And 5 wins there in a row is unbelievable. We're breaking records. We're shattering what everyone thought possible with expectations and shit. Riccardi played a great game. Hogan kicked 7. That's fucking huge. Toby kicked 1. He played pretty good. You know, it was just more, I was impressed with like how the young players stood up in this round. Harvey Thomas had a great game. Or most of the young kids did, to be honest. It was, you know, we had a few out, and it's good to see that the people who were getting to step up in those moments when our like prime list isn't available, they're really fucking delivering. It's a good system we've got going. It's a fucking re-energizing win. I didn't see it happening, and I'm happy that I was shooting the Oracle down there. They're fuck it. Fuck the Oracle. I'll just tip against the teams I want to win, so that otherwise I get my tip right, or I feel good when they win. It's a genius system. It's genius. And this is not putting too much shit on the Cats. They're still a deadly team, and this isn't like we're back, we're fucking, our form's perfect. It was Tom Green's fucking 100th game, and he delivered on that fucking 50-meter goal from the very end, like right on the boundary line. Hard as fuck to kick, and he does it in a huge moment in the game. Rip, and he played fucking amazing. It's just one of those things where all the fucking pieces fell into place at the right time. I don't know if you can hear it. There is like some cunt down there on a leaf blower, some cunt down there on a leaf blower. Everyone's fucking It brings me spirits back up, though, definitely. It makes me very confident in the fact that our season isn't going to fall away from us. We'll still be thereabouts for the scrap. And that's all you can really ask for. But it was a fucking awesome game to watch. Thrilling last quarter. Again, a real arm wrestle of a game. Riccardi kicking the ceiling goal twice now. He did that last year when we versed them as well. What a fucking G. What a go. Just a really good game. Hopefully this gets a lot of people back on track. You know, Stringer played pretty well, so hopefully that fucking sets him alight. I really have just been feeling like he needs to get his head fucking locked in. Whether that means starting him as a sub to rattle him or just he needs to get in the game earlier or whatever it is. As soon as he starts firing, it'll be good. But holy fuck, we're spending a lot of money on him. Still not seeing the perfect return yet, but you're getting closer to my good books there, Stringer. Gotta be happy about this whole thing. The fucking Josh, lad. And then the most interesting result of the entire fucking round, a draw between North and Brisbane. Could not believe it. Just could not fucking believe it. Now, and I was saying before the game to my mates who I was watching it with, if North win this, it's like the win they need. The one that'll fix all the problems. If they get the scalp of Brisbane, the reigning premier, like who has been playing great this year, that is what would fucking propel them forward. And this draw is tough because it's just another building block rather than a step towards the fucking achievement, like a winning game. It's not a win. It's pretty fucking close to probably thereabouts the best team in the league at the moment. Thereabouts. But, you know, that does so much different things for your confidence, for your fucking hope, your culture at the club and everything like that. This is just a unrewarding victory, really. Like, because it is a win. Getting a draw with Brisbane is a fucking win in the books, and it's better than a loss by a landslide. It's closer to a win, but it just hurts because it's not the actual thing. You get so close yet so far, and it's interesting to see what they'll bring into next week. This is honestly, and Brisbane, they had an off game, whatever. They'll still, again, be in a top 4 bubble around there, definitely top 8. So, and it's not like North is going to turn around and do that just because of this performance. Even if they got the win, even if they fucking pumped them, it wouldn't have been the case. But it, you know, it does stuff. It does things. But a lot of the players really stood up, calmed them in the last quarter. Again, couple great intercept marks, probably game-saving intercept marks. Some bad decisions that could have put them out in front. Some piss poor kicking from both teams in the last little shoot-off area. I think one of the reasons why this compared to Geelong the last quarter didn't feel as tug and pull is that the conversion rate on a lot of scores was really low. I have to fucking scream over that thing. What is that? This cunt's got all sorts of machinery going on. Alright, let's fucking jump out of this shit quickly. Get into the tips for next week. Lock them in. Lock them in. Suns and Hawks at TIO Stadium again up in Darwin. Thursday night, 7:30. This is a tough one. I want to go, I'm tipping the Suns, and not to talk shit about Hawks, but I think this is a bit of a check back game, you know, fucking player team that's of good quality again. Hawks have been having a little bit of an easy run at the moment. Suns are playing some pretty great footy, just put away the Dogs, and I think the Dogs are fucking a genuine threat, as I've already said. So it's a fucking high stakes game. The weather is a thing that you think would like impact Hawthorn pretty negatively. That hot, heavy, wet footy makes it harder for them to execute the type of game that they want to execute, and well, Gold Coast to fucking adapt to those conditions. But playing there 2 weeks in a row is pretty stiff for Gold Coast. You could say it's like it gives them a week to adapt and they know the conditions and whatever, but playing in the heat, that fucking sweaty, thick heat, 2 weeks in a row, a little bit stiff. I don't know if they get to stay up there and train up there and everything and fucking acclimate or whatever. Who knows? But this will be a fucking cracking game. Either way, whoever wins, I'll be happy. It's good for either team to get this win. It's a pretty big game in terms of where they're at. It's a pretty solidifying game, more than big game, but it'll be a cracking watch. But I've got the Suns on this one by 2 goals sort of thing. Another sort of close margin. Another arm wrestle of a game I'm predicting and hoping for. The Blues and the Swans at the SCG on Friday. Call me crazy. I'm back on the bandwagon. I'm tipping the Blues. Yes, the Swans need a response. It's back at their home ground where they just won the week prior. They played like shit against Essendon. They're looking for something to prove that they're not this woeful side. And Carlton only managed to fucking just scrape out the victory against the Saints. I'm not hearing it. I see a lot of flaws in Sydney. I think half the reason that they pulled back and did so well against us is just that acknowledgement of how we play each other. They were able to get physical early earlier in the game and shit. There's not going to be that physical tension here between Carlton and Sydney. It's going to be a will of attrition. Who can fucking win it through executing game plan and style? And I just think that Carlton are holding up slightly more solid than Sydney right now. Not by a fair margin, not at all, but just slightly. And I'm just leaning, it's a bit of a head over heart thing again. Or maybe both. Fuck it, I don't want the Swans to win. Let's go the Blue. Blues that have a few outs though, injuries. I might have to check the list closer to the day when I've got time and can be fucked, and maybe we'll rechange that one. I'll keep you posted if I do, but who knows, mate, who knows? In this world, anything can fucking happen. The Pies and the Crows at the MCG 120 day game. I'm gonna go for the Pies for this one. Not to talk shit on the Crows, again, brilliant win last week, but it's a pretty big task taking on Collingwood anywhere at the moment, any fucking shape that their list's in, and they're taking them on at home in a day game. This is sort of a Collingwood picking ground. They like this type of environment, and I just don't know. I see Adelaide maybe falling a little bit behind here, and Collingwood just doing another professional, composed performance that establishes them yet again as one of those really dominant teams. It could go either way, and I don't think this is a massive loss for Collingwood if it does go the other way. I'm leaning towards the Pies in this. I just feel like they got that upward swing, that momentum. It seems like they're untouchable at the moment. It seems like they're an uncrackable case, other than Geelong, but I don't know. Yeah, just leaning towards the Pies on this one. But again, another cracking matchup. This will be a ripping game. It can go either way, and that's what you like to see, where most of the games are 50-50 calls. That's when it's the most exciting. Now, I don't know if I'd call this one a 50-50 call. Port Adelaide and Geelong at Adelaide Oval. I'm going to the Cats, and hear me out. I'm not trying to shit can Port. I'm not trying to shit can them. Geelong are just so huge, just so fucking bodily present, you know? And that's not to say that the Port doesn't have a bit of stock to them, doesn't have a bit of breadth around them, breadth or whatever. I don't know if either of those are words. We push on. It's all good. I don't know. Big body Geelong are just gonna fucking, Paddy Dangerfield's gonna crash through someone. Someone's getting fucking wiped out in this game. Like, I'm telling you now. Physical contest. Don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm leaning the Cats. Again, not a 50-50, but Port are in with a good shout on this. It's at their home state, so I don't know. But again, on the road, rebound week for Geelong. They're gonna be fucking pissed that they let us slip through. We did well, but, you know, there was mistakes that they made that could have stopped that game. Scott's gonna be fucking all over that. So yeah, just leaning towards the Cats on that one. But again, ripping game could go either way. Giants and Freo at NG. We gotta fucking win this. Come on. We have to. I'm fucking looking at using it. We have to. Like, Freo look holy. Not shit, not holy shit, but they've got holes. We need to be able to exploit them. Back at home, just off the back of a good win against the Cats, this is what will reignite that fucking drive, that passion, that push forward for us. They're a team that when it gets ugly is very, like, punishable on the scoreboard. You can, like, blow that margin out pretty well, and I think we really need to fight to do that. It's gonna be hard for us, you know. Fucking Freo are in all of this self-reflection era where they're fully aware of all the problems going on. I'm sure. But there is those problems. And we've had problems as well. And it's not a fucking game of whose problems are better. It's a game of whoever shows up on the day. And I'm just praying that that's us. And I think it can be us. And I'm hopeful that we assert ourselves, that some of our players, like the Toby Greens, stand up to keep bringing those young players up and into the game. And as long as we can put a fucking emphatic performance on, I think we win. As long as we, like, it's a failing on us if we lose this, especially at home, especially in the situation that the year's been playing out at. I've got no pressure, guys, but I got faith. I got, you just won me back. I'm back. And if we get this wrong, I'm never tipping us again. And it's going to feel great every time we... Dogs in Essendon at Marvel Stadium on Saturday night. The Dogs are going to fucking run away with it. End of the story. Essendon, Schmessendon, they're pretenders. The fucking estrogen edge isn't real. Estrogen edge. They're edging off the estrogen field pornography. Isn't this the best football content on planet Earth? Go the Dogs, go Bond, go Libba. Fuck enough. This one's boring. Sunday, the MCG, North and Richmond. Fuck. Who do I tip here? Who do I tip? I actually fucking don't know. I don't actually know. My heart's going North pull this one out. Building last week, took it to a better team than fucking Tigers did with West Coast. But the Tigers play with such hunger, such heart. North don't play like that. They don't have that gut, heart, hunger right now. Even in that performance against the Lions, it didn't look the same way as it looks when Richmond are up and about. It just didn't. And I think those 4 points matters. I think I'm leaning towards the Tigers here. year, but I could be proven wrong, and I hope to be proven wrong. I pray to be proven wrong. But the Tigers are just putting on a fucking performance at the moment, man. And it's a stiff time for North to be coming up against them. Chuck it 2 weeks ago, and I think that North have a better shout. They're going to be tired. They're going to be sore. It's going to be a tough game. And this is another one where I might change my tip. Dead set might change my tip. Don't know yet, but that's very possible. I want to change my tip. But at the moment, I'm selecting the fucking Tigers on that. I don't know. Noah Bolter, come in, fucking bush. Lions and the D's at the Gabba. It's a Lions victory. Sucks to be Melbourne. Shucks to be Schmeldon. It's just not a good position to be in right now. Clayton Oliver is fucking all over the place, all in the media. There's so many eyes on Melbourne and the state of the club, and their performances have fucking been boring. They got that win against Freo, good job. It was a good fucking win. It was a great performance there, but it hasn't really translated or carried over to many other performances. It hasn't been as emphatic, as impressive as when we saw it there. It's a bad look for the team at the moment, and I just can't trust them. It's up at the Gabba. The Lions should have this one comfortably. Then we got Saints and the Eagles over at Optus. You got to lean the Saints on this one, not just because the Eagles lost last week. They're just, well, they haven't won this whole year, and I don't know if the Saints are the first one to let them get that victory, to drop that knee to them or whatever. Saints are a thereabouts team, not thereabouts, but they're fucking, you know, they're okay. They're not crap. They're mid. They're mid as fuck. And the Eagles are crap and have the potential to be pretty good, and the Saints have the potential to be pretty fucking good, pretty solid. So, I don't know. This is not a danger game for the Saints. It's losable, but they shouldn't. Back in them into not. But that seems to be
Hey, kid. Lad, you're fucking up the flowers, and that's badass. That's badass that you fucked up all the flowers.
Yeah, is that the Lorak? The Lorak? Ken, it's the Lorak! Wait, what the fuck, Lorax?
It is I, the Lorax, and I speak for the trees, and they're mad at you. They're mad as fuck at you right now.
Sorry, bro. I love the trees, bro. You know I love trees, Ken.
You only love the trees because you hate yourself, and if you are real about nature, you wouldn't shoot the fucking plants.
I shot him out of love. I had to do it. I had to put him down. He was a lame horse. He had a fucked up leg.
You're a lame whore with lame legs, you pussy dog. Come here, you pussy cunt.
I'll step on you, you little fucking green fuck.
Green thumbs, but I'm not green, lad. I'm fucking orange. Look at me.
Yeah, so are these boys. We're on the same team, gun. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to talk to the Lorak.
My name isn't fucking Lorak.
The Lorak. Look at us. We're brothers. We're brothers, brother.
Damn, alright, look. You seem chill, so I'll let it slide this time.
Yeah, come here, man.
Shout out the trees.
No, keep it tight.
Big Lorax out this bitch.
Yeah.